Assalamu alaikum. This video is specifically about how to use generative AI like ChatGPT or Copilot for data analysis. So first, for that purpose, we should have a data set which we can use for our practice for the data analysis. The data sets can be found from different websites, and one of the websites name is Kaggle. So you can go there, kaggle.com, and you need to use your Google account, or you can register yourself with that website to start using the data sets available on the website. So here is the data sets available, and lots of data sets, almost like for every area of academics and business is out there, which you can use to practice for your data analysis, skills. So I will be browsing the data sets, and I would like not to go to the sports. I would like to go to my area like health. And here I can pick any data set for that purpose. But here is one important thing you should know. The Copilot, if you're using Copilot, it will not entertain any file which is more than 1 MB. So I have to restrict myself with a data set which is smaller than 1 MB. For higher versions of generative AI, for the paid versions or advanced version, you can use bigger file size as well, of course. And for the ChatGPT, the free version is not entertaining anything. It's not taking any file from you. So you have to move to the ChatGPT 4 or a higher version in order to give some file or some data set for the analysis and for data analysis. So ChatGPT is like, I have a free version of ChatGPT, so it is, I can't use it. But I can use Copilot because it is still able to receive, get my files, still able to understand and likes to get my file as well. But I have to stick with the file which is smaller than 1 MB. So this is an interesting file, diabetes prediction in India dataset. Let's use this dataset. I'm clicking here, and it will take me to the website, to the dataset. It describe about what that file contains. It is describe about the size. It's about 686.16 kilobytes. So less than 1 MB. I will going to download this file. I have already downloaded it, by the way, but just to show you, I am downloading it again. So once it is downloaded, it will be there in my download folder. And now I can start using that file for the generative for the data analysis using the generative AI. Let's move to the download file. So here is the download file here. Let me try to get this one. This is the most list. I just downloaded it. You should know what that file contains, by the way, before we should know what we will going to analyze. So I just opened that for rows. I mean, 4,000, 5,000, 5,293 accurately. And there are lots of age, gender, BMI, family history, blah, 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 blah. Lots of factors are out there. And I cannot make any sense out of these 5,000 rows or more than 5,000 rows that how many correlations are there between what type of variables. It is beyond human ability simply. So we can use generative AI like the Copilot. So let's move to the Copilot. Okay, so first I need to let the Copilot know about my file. So I will click here. If you can see on this attach or add a file, recent file I have just downloaded about the diabetes prediction. And then here we go. So guys, I'm just depending on the speed of the internet and also the speed of my laptop. So once it is there, the Copilot recognized the file and started telling me about what that thing is. Okay, so let it complete the things. I have written some of the commands. Let's start. So let me make myself a little smaller. I have not needed that much. So here we go. So it says the dataset does not have any missing values. It's very important, by the way, because sometimes the file missed a row or a so. In that case, you need to give a prompt to clean the file so that it can remove the missing links and delete the data which is not making any sense for the algorithms. to make a cleaner version. And then you can download the clean version and then compare the files. The Copilot also lets you know what the changes it has made while cleaning the file. But in this case, it is telling me that the data set does not have any missing values, so I don't need to have any problem. But still, uh, I should ask the the Copilot to clean the file for me as well. I mean, it's not important, but still, it's a very valid command to try. But first, let's tell the Copilot to interpret this data when you have all aspects understood. Okay, and then say I am ready for the next step, or you can say anything, um, anything like let me or tell me what to do. So yeah, so let's give this prompt rating the data, and once Copilot will utilize all of its abilities to understand the data, it will tell me, it will give me that beautiful phrase, tell me what to do. And here it is. Copilot is saying, tell me what to do. As although there is no missing data, there is no missing links, but I still want um, this command to run for you guys. Clean this data if there is anything is, oh, there is a wrong here. Clean that this data if there is anything needs to be done for better analysis in the future. So, I mean, it's the time to make those corrections. So the Copilot will start making changes. If it will going to make some changes, those changes will be mentioned. And also it will give you the link for the cleaned version or the new version of file as well. And you can download that file and you should compare it with the original file to see it with your own eyes what has been changed. So it is telling me it has removed duplicates. So there are no, actually, that there are no duplicate entries. Converted categorical columns, and you can identify if there is any tangible changes made in the document or not. And of course, the clean data set has been saved as this file. If I want, it can, I can ask Copilot to give me that or download, make it as a downloadable link as well. But since it is not required, so I'm not worrying about this thing anymore. So now let's move to the real thing. Let's test the limits of this thing. Okay, let's go for the analysis. So I am asking the Copilot another prompt that are there any trends in this data sets? This is pretty general, but that is fine. You can ask specific question as well about some variables. But first, I just want a general question that are there any trends in this data sets? So the Copilot gave us the age distribution together with the image. Wow. Diabetic, non-diabetic, BMI distribution, diabetic, non-diabetic. You can see the blue ones are the people with diabetes. Gender distribution, diabetic, non-diabetic, urban, rural, you can see. Physical activity level, all that information was there in that file. Diet types, urban or rural. Smoking, smokers, urban and rural. And then alcohol intake in diabetic and non-diabetic, urban, rural. Stress level, that's interesting. How it is related to the level of diabetes in urban as well as in rural areas. Hypertension status, you can figure out how it is related to diabetes and non-diabetic people. And urban versus rural distribution. I mean, if I'm not able to understand any of these things, for example, what that actually means, so just go like a baby. I mean, don't worry. You can act like a kid and ask the simple things. But for example, point number 8, stress level. Explain the correlation of stress level. Point 8, more accurate. Let's see. I ask Copilot to explain this to me. So you can even like ask more details about one particular image. So here it actually explains that image, what is there in that data set. Stress levels are categorized into different levels, low, medium, and high. The analysis shows that higher stress levels are more common among individuals with diabetes. This trend suggests a potential correlation between stress and the prevalence of diabetes. High key points, high stress levels, impact stress, and management. So, I mean, this is good enough information you can get out of this CSV, the Excel file. I hope this video helped you guys to understand how to use generative AI for data analysis. Please do download data sets and try to interpret and try to, use more complicated prompts to predict things and to make your theories and to design your research and whatever you can do. Way much more better than me. Okay, so thank you very much from my side. Yes, bye bye. Allah Hafiz.